Welcome everyone. This is part 3 to the Tranquil Crescent build. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, I recommend you hit pause and back up and go and do that because part 1 is the build of the exterior and part 2 features the landscaping. Now this build was one that I did thinking of a couple for sure. This is definitely not a single guy or single gal build. And this couple I kind of envisioned, they are definitely bougie. This is an expensive build. It's not cheap by any means. But I guess the best way to put it, they have new money and not old money. So not not bougie stuffy, just regular old bougie. So this one, I hope you guys enjoy the interior as much as you did the landscaping, and thank you to everyone who commented on the way I did the backyard and the front yard too. I really did enjoy doing that one, and I guess I kind of came up with it with the fact that I was building from off of the couple that I had in my mind. So I figure the guy is kind of a little bit more contemporary, and the wife is a little bit more traditional. So I tried to mesh some traditional pieces with some contemporary pieces, the same way a couple would compromise, I guess, in real life when it comes to the decor of their home. So I kind of try to stick with that. While I was doing that landscaping to the outside, I kind of had in my mind that there was not going to be like a rec room or an extra room here in this house. So basically, the guy wanted the exterior, or the backyard, should I say, to be kind of like his man cave outside. And the wife kind of went along with it because he did not have a room here that he could make his own. There's a family room, which you see me working on right now. There's a living room. This has 4 bedrooms and 4 baths if you count the half bath. So there's 1 half bath and 3 full baths. And yeah, I really like this one. Every time, I swear, guys, every time I do a new build, my new build is my new favorite. And I think if you watch my Schitt's Creek challenge, I think I'm going to have David Rose to actually purchase this one so I can play in it a little bit. I did test play this one, so the Sims can get to everything that I put down. You shouldn't have any issues with this one. The kitchen, I really like it too. It has a pantry off the side. And that is because the lady of the house does not like clutter. So you'll see the finished look to the kitchen is very clean. There's not lots of clutter. There is a microwave out, which she would allow the microwave to be out in the open. But her husband had to have like a coffee station, and she did not want to look at the big, huge, bulky, cappuccino machine out every single morning. So that is actually inside of the pantry area. And speaking of the pantry, I put one of the dining in signs on the door. You'll see that, but if you download this, it'll be gone. I took it off because during test play, I was hoping it would work, but I figured it wouldn't. The Sims open the door and then that sign is just kind of sitting there in midair, and I did not like that for gameplay, so I took it off. But what I was going for, people from the States will definitely know. If you're not from the States, you would be like, why is that there? Why does she do that? But I don't remember exactly when this trend or fad started, but a lot of houses in the States, the pantry door started to have like this frosted glass to it, and it would either say pantry or food. kind of like the little signs that are now being made for the laundry room. Outside of the laundry room, the on the door would say laundry, or when you go inside, one of the shelves will have laundry on it, as if you had to be told that that's the laundry area or the pantry area. So that's what I was going for, but it really didn't work out. And I didn't like the way it looked off over to the side or up above the door. I kind of tried that out too, but I didn't care for it, so I nixed that idea. Um, this idea that hit me, I really love this. I wanted them to have a really big, huge screen TV, but I don't know. I wanted, I don't think soften is the right word for it. I wanted to frame the TV. That's the word I'm looking for. I wanted to frame the TV out. And I didn't want to do it with cabinets like we all typically do. And there's not a shelf that's large enough or would look right if you scaled it up. So I was like, let me see how it would look if I framed this out myself. So I framed it out by just doing a wall, just that one grid of a wall, and then I put the shelves in. And then right here, you're seeing me, I lifted that bottom shelf up a bit because when it was all the way down on the floor, there was like this shadow that made it look like the shelf was a different tone from all the other ones. So when I lifted that up, that took that look away. So I was really happy with it. It looks very much so like a lot of shelving, or should I say TV entertainment areas in a lot of homes in the States. So I'm really liking this one. I also like all the additional seating that I was able to put in. At first, I just had the two couches. And to me, it just kind of looked a lot like things that I did in the past, a lot like how other simmers decorate. And I just wanted a little bit more. And I was like, it's missing something. And I'm like, it's missing more seating. This is a big enough area where you could definitely have more seating in the family room area. And I was really happy I was able to do that. I went with the blinds here, but my goodness, I really wish that they would do a pack for not just blinds, but curtains, blinds, and the rugs. Because without the color wheel, some of the selections that they have are a little weak, to say the least. Some are really cute, and you want to use it, and it's just not in the color palette, and it's just, if you used it, it would just look crazy. But I was glad I was able to find something that worked with, I think, more like the taste of the family that I had in mind would move in and live here. And I really wanted to use this kind of, I don't know, kind of teal, light teal type color sofas. And so I was glad I was able to do that. And plus, I think you can definitely look at this and kind of see where kind of more of the traditional mixed with slightly sleeker couches that not too contemporary, and they're not really, really traditional either. So I think I pleased the couple here with my decorating. But definitely, if you guys have any tips or tricks, or if it's something that you see me do and you didn't quite catch it because the video footage is sped up, just let me know. Some of the things that I kind of try out and create, I could do a short, I guess, decorating tutorial to show you guys how to recreate it yourselves if you'd like to do that. This right here with the clock, that's something else I thought came out really nice. And it's not just the standard pick out one picture and put it on the wall, or there's just a clock on the wall. So I like the way that came out too. It's a lot more realistic the way I stacked the different pictures along with the clock. So yeah, really like that one. You're not gonna see me decorate the whole house. I don't want to say real time because the video is sped up, but I guess real time in air quotes. Because this is a big house. Like I said, there are 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. But I am going to show you guys me decorating everything downstairs except for the pantry, the bathroom, and the laundry room. And that's because those are smaller areas for one. So the camera, of course, jumps a lot more there. So you really wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing anyway. So I cut that for the sake of time. And the video is already going to be like 30 minutes long. But you are going to be able to see pictures of the bedrooms upstairs so you can see how I did that. And I like these grasses here, but later I'm going to switch those out. There's one that's similar to this, but they're not as large. And I use those instead because these, I love the way they looked, but it just cast this shadow that it just really bothered me. So I couldn't leave that there. I had to find something. And I was glad I found a substitute for that so I could still get that same look. So you guys see over here, there's the microwave that the lady of the house will allow to be out. And the little cookie jar. And now I'm coming over here to the dining room, which I love how the dining room came out. So again, this is like a suburban house. Then I had the states in mind when I built this. It's like one built on the golf course, and I'm thinking I might do kind of like a building Newcrest series. And I'm thinking this is going to be house number 1, and all the houses over in this section is going to be the pricier builds, I think. And I kind of went neutral, which my other builds, I have color all over the walls. I do use color with the furniture, but I purposefully use beige on the walls, and I call it builder beige. Like all new builds, new construction, you just get that basic beige everywhere. I did not do that though in the bedrooms, because a lot of times here in the States, you pay basically an upcharge if you want to start changing the colors when you buy new construction. But in my mind, I kind of had this little story that, the house is already pricey enough, but they went ahead and splurged and chose to do some accents and different paint colors for the bedrooms that are upstairs. And in my mind, I am going to change out the rug that you see here in the dining room. I like this rug, but I was looking for something that was a little less traditional looking. And at the time I could not find it. But when I went over to start decorating the living room, I came across a rug that I thought was perfect for the dining room area. And I love, love, love it. Yeah, I love the dark colors in here. I love the way the really dark furniture kind of contrasts with the beige. It makes the beige look a whole lot better. It really upgraded that builder beige. And again, in my mind, this couple has they have a teenage boy and a teenage girl. They don't have small children, which is another reason I did the backyard the way I did it. So there's nothing like really toddler friendly, or should I say kind of elementary school age kids friendly. So you won't see any swings or sandbox, because this couple worked really hard and now they were able to buy kind of like their dream home, their forever home. So they have a couple of teenagers and they did the backyard the way they wanted. Now, if you have younger kids, I'm like the story that they told themselves, if they happen to get pregnant later on down the road, they still were not going to add like any swing sets or like that to the backyard because again, it's like his outside oasis. There is a park right behind. So they justified not doing anything like that and making it more of an adult friendly backyard so that he can have somewhere to hang out with his friends. She can also hang out with her friends, but also because they have a couple of teenagers and they don't have like a bonus room area, they can also kick the teenagers outside and they can hang outside as well because there's ample seating out there. There's also a jacuzzi out there. So yeah, it's perfect for the spring and summertime. And when it's cold, they will just have to look at each other and get along and share the TV here in the family room. Um, the living room, again, is a lot more traditional because that is the room that the female of the house kind of said, I'm not going to quite compromise as much. It's going to look completely the way I want it to look. So she decorated that. And she decorated it with some antique pieces that she inherited from her mother, who in turn got it from her mother. So there are pieces from her great great grandmother, which explains kind of like that bust in the entryway that I'm going to be putting there. That's where that came from. So I really tried to give this vibe of, I guess, like an actual person decorated the home with things, with new and with old. I guess that's what I am looking for. So I hope you guys like this. I'm kind of feeling like this is a really long video. Really long, and I was really worried. I'm like, is everybody going to get tired of hearing my voice for this long? But on, the flip side is finding music to play for almost 30 minutes too. And I chose music on the last couple. So I was like, I'll just suck it up and talk through this one. And I added a fireplace here because on the front there is a fireplace, and I was able to stay true to the construction of the outside with this one. Sometimes I stick fireplaces on the inside and there's not any there's not any chimneys to be found on the exterior. I just figure I want it here, I'm gonna plop it here. But for this one, yeah, I try to kind of stay truer to an actual floor plan, although there's not like closet space and that kind of thing. I say to myself, maybe one day I will actually try to do a floor plan in the Sims 4 that would be more like a real true floor plan, meaning adding in the closets and the kind of like those storage room areas as well that you would get in an actual floor plan. I did build one a while back, but it was before I was doing the editing and uploading things to YouTube. So that was one, and I got that one pretty close. That one too has like a pantry, but all the bedrooms also have closets in them. And I think that one was a modern farmhouse that I did. And it was a modern farmhouse, and I like the way that one had came out as well. Now, this living room, guys, I struggled with this thing for a while. I know sometimes it was a couple of comments. It was like, you make this look so easy, but sometimes it looks extra easy because the footage is sped up. So you really don't realize how long, your fellow simmers are spending decorating, especially these bigger builds, and you want each room to have a particular field, and you don't want everything to look exactly like the other room, but yet you want it to all flow. So it takes a while, especially since you don't have the color wheel. I must say, with The Sims 3, I could do builds a little faster. I haven't built anything in The Sims 3 in a long time, so I may struggle now. But decorating in The Sims 3 was a whole lot faster for me because I had something in mind and I didn't have to go searching for a particular swatch that went with a sofa or anything like that, because you could just make and create whatever you needed. So, and then it was easier to make your builds look different from other people's builds. Um, it was just a whole lot easier, but I guess I digress with that one. I don't think they're going to bring it back, even though we all want them to. And there's that rug that I found, and I'm going to pull this one that I felt looked a whole lot more traditional. I didn't mind it over there, but it really was not what I wanted. So when I saw that one, I was like, bingo, that's it. That is what I want. And there we go. And excuse my voice today, guys. Hopefully I don't sound too stuffy over this recording. No worries. I'm not sick. I have allergies. So sometimes I might get to sound a little raspy or a little congested. It's like, I'm used to it now. But just in case you guys are going, what is going on with her voice? It sounds a little different this time than it did the last time. That would definitely be why. And right here, I'm struggling again. Later on, I found some tile that I thought looked a whole lot better right there, but I did want to put a couple of pieces of tile down because I felt like that was more realistic too around the fireplace. It's never just bare wood right there in front of the fireplace because it would be a fire hazard. So I was able to find something. It's like a much darker tile that I put down there, and I thought went really, really well. And this living room, of course, is there because I live in the United States, and this is just something that we have. Is a living room. No one hardly ever uses it. It's that space that, people's wives, your mother, your grandmother, they don't want anyone to go into that room. They decorate it just the way they want. And nobody can go in there. You better not go in there with any drinks and sit it down on the coffee table. I have memories of like my grandmother with the plastic over her chairs, and it's just like you look at it, it's like it is absurd. You really you're gonna leave the plastic? And I remember I thought I was alone, but then you go over friends' houses and you realize that their moms or their grandmothers did the same thing, left the plastic over the furniture in the living room because they did not want it to get dusty and they did not want anything to get spilled on it. And you're like, how could something get spilled on the furniture when you will not allow anyone to go in there? I really don't know who started that trend or just why, but it made loads of sense to them. I don't see anybody doing it anymore, but that is definitely something that used to be done. So, and now we are in the master. And I struggled with this one a little bit too because I really like the colors, and I kind of decided I did like the stripes with this rug. At first, I was kind of like, I like this lavender color, but I'm not too sure about the stripes with this pattern. And then I decided I did like the stripes with that pattern. Sometimes I do like to mix and match patterns together, but at first I wasn't really sure if I liked it or not, but I do. And the ensuite to this master bedroom is huge, as well as the master bedroom itself. It's all very huge. The master is the only bedroom that's going to be down on the first floor. excuse me, all the other all the other bedrooms are going to be upstairs. So I just figured let's go all out. And again, you're not going to see me decorating the bathroom here. But it's really cute. Trust me. It's nice. If you like how the bedroom looks, I feel like you will like and appreciate what I did in the master bedroom. Now I tried a couple of things with the sinks in the bathroom that did not work out when I test plated. So I had to change it, but I tried to, the pedestal sinks. I kind of set those in the cabinets and it looked really nice. It looked like the basin sinks that sit on top of the counters instead of being set inside the counter tops, if that makes sense. And it looked really nice, but they couldn't use it. And I was so disappointed. And no matter how I adjusted it, yeah, they couldn't use it. And it really bummed me out because I really liked the way it looked and the way that that came out. But oh well. Later on, you're gonna see me take I think it's like a buffet table. I'm gonna downsize a buffet table and put it at the end of the bed here in the master, and I really like that too. And then I decorated it with a plant and a couple of frames. And I wanted to make sure I said that before I cut to music and show you the pictures of the upstairs bedrooms and things, so you know exactly what that was in the pictures earlier. So enjoy, guys.